Welcome to another edition of the Lucha Critics. On this edition, we're going to be spotlighting the career of Mick Foley. But before we get into it, I want to introduce my co-hosts for the episode. We got Josh. Say what's up, Josh.
What's up, everybody?
Hell yeah. We also got Warren. Say what's up, Warren.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Hell yeah. Before we get into the career of Mick Foley, I want to recap the shows that so far happened this week that we've caught. And I'm going to start it off with tonight's episode of Dynamite. Before I get into the whole Dynamite recap, I was hearing some things that recently happened on, I want to say, Esquire magazine. They were interviewing Moxley, and he said a lot of like critical things about AEW and Bubba Ray. Bully Ray, for those who know him in TNA, but basically was just going in and saying like, yeah, he's right. It's like, where's the lie? That people like the storylines have been lacking, and apparently he just was really critical of what's going on with AEW and what he's trying to do going forward. And supposedly there's a lot of like backstage heat on him right now, but I think that might just be like manipulated or just some stuff just to bring attention to AEW, maybe. Who knows? But I just wanted to add that because I just I found that out earlier that he is might have some heat backstage.
Well, I could say that if he did say those things, it might be true. It might probably put out the whole roster to pick up the slack.
Basically, is what he's saying, that like you're getting too comfortable. A lot of the stuff that he was saying in his his interviews on the show, where he's like, you're getting too comfortable, you got a paycheck and that doesn't mean anything, you got to step up your shit. So yeah, we'll see what's up, what comes up on this week's whole thing. We started off with the Switchblade teaming up with Juice Robinson, taking on Christian Cage and the Hangman. Christian Cage from the Patriarchy and the Hangman picking up that win. They ended up kind of doing what they usually do, having Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian out there distracting the referee, and they take advantage of it. Paige got Juice with the Deadeye, ended up picking up the win like that. After that, we had the Will Ospreay come out and call out Kyle Fletcher, and basically telling him like, you better bring me everything you got, because if you don't, I'm gonna cripple you. And Kyle Fletcher is not impressed. He's basically saying, bring it. And he was basically saying, all right, I used to be in the Don Callis family. I know how you guys operate. Go ahead and bring out the rest of the guys. Rest of the guys come out. Murder Hawk, Brian Cage are right there flanking Kyle. And then we saw Will Hobbs and I believe Mark Davis, the former tag team partner of Kyle Fletcher, come out to help out Will Ospreay. Crazy thing that happened with this whole setup. This match leads up to the next match and then led up to the next match. It was pretty cool how they decided to do it today. So as the Murder Hawk is out there trying to beat someone up, you see Roderick Strong come out with the chair to hit the Murder Hawk while he's out there beating up I want to say it was a Will Hobbs. So that match starts, which is a False Count Anywhere match. Let me see. Roderick Strong ended up picking up the win with a flying knee strike. Basically giving him his 3 wins to face Max at Full Gear. Later on, we're gonna find out if Adam Cole is able to pick up that 3rd win so he can face MJF as well. So after that match is done, Takeshita comes out and attacks Roderick Strong, which led Adam's Cole music to hit, and then he starts attacking Takeshita. So basically that led into the next match. So that was a pretty dope match to see. Honestly, I never thought that you would have those two styles go up against each other, but I love seeing it. We ended up seeing Takeshita beat Cole and stopping him from facing MJF at Full Gear. So it'll just be Roderick Strong versus MJF at Full Gear.
Was it a win?
It was not a clean win because he ended up getting the ring that MJF let him borrow.
Okay.
And he ended up hitting him while the referee was distracted. He ended up picking up the win.
I'll do it.
That'll do it. Kyle O'Reilly comes out to help out Roderick Strong after Takesha's out there beating him up. You see Cole come back inside to help Kyle O'Reilly. And Takesha runs away. O'Reilly is right there kind of just staring down at Adam Cole. Adam Cole extends his hand. O'Reilly walks away. So that's how that little segment ended there. As Takesha's going back to the backstage, he gets attacked by Ricochet because he's going after the belt, most likely at Full Gear, which that should be pretty cool. Next up, we see the Hurt Syndicate come out, and I'm sorry, it's not a Hurt. They don't come out. They're getting interviewed by Renee Paquette, and they're just still talking shit about Swerve and setting up that whole match that they're gonna have at Full Gear. Throughout the show, they were announcing that Jon Moxley was going to take over TBS. He finally comes with his pickup truck with the rest of the Death Riders, and they start beating up people as they're making the way into the ring. He makes his way into the ring and calls out Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy hits, his music hits, he comes down, and he's joined by Mark Briscoe and Rocky Romero. He basically calls out Yuta for next week, so they're gonna have a match next week before Full Gear. So it's gonna be Yuta versus Orange Cassidy as a kind of like a warm-up game. So another fights ensue as the Death Riders are leaving though, because they were able to kind of escape. You see Darby Allin jump from the crowd down to them, and that was pretty cool. And he had like a pink Sting mask on. It was pretty cool to see. After that, we saw another interview with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, basically calling out Tomohiro Ishii because he's going to be going up against for the title in 2 weeks at Dynamite. And poking fun at Mark Briscoe yet again, saying Jay Briscoe that he was like the best wrestler and he's gonna try to be like him. Still kind of fucking with him a little bit. Next match we saw is Dr. Britt Baker DMD versus Penelope Ford. Love to see Penelope Ford back in it, and they're actually putting her in matches more, which I'd love to see. We saw Dr. Britt Baker picking up that win with a upside down kind of like mandible claw that she did. I think she kind of like had to do it on the fly. After she won, we saw Serena Deeb come out, and it looks like they're gonna try to challenge each other. Maybe at Full Gear, we'll see. We see Mina Shirakawa coming back to AEW, and Harley Cameron interrupts the interview and challenges her on Collision, and they start shaking their boobs on the camera. It was great. Swerve Strickland versus Leo Rush is the next matchup. That was a pretty dope match. It feels like Leo Rush was trying to get the attention of the Hurt Syndicate to be the fourth member. That'd be pretty cool to see, honestly. Leo Rush, yeah, I can see him in there. As Swerve picks up the win, you see Bobby Lashley come out and start talking shit to Swerve as a distraction so that Shelton Benjamin can come back and blindside Swerve, and they all start beating up on Swerve essentially, and they take out Prince Nana as well, and they basically leave Swerve there on the mat. That's how that segment ended. Next up was a Full Gear 4-way contender series match, where we see right now we have the champions, which is Private Party, the Outliers, I think they're called, Outrunners. I don't know what they're called again, but you know who I'm talking about, those 80s dudes. Yeah. There's the two teams that are in it. We still have two more teams to find out who's going to be going into it. So this matchup is the FTR versus the Kings of Black Throne, Brody King and Malachi Black. And surprisingly, we saw Brody King and Malachi Black win this match, and they're entered into the Fatal 4-Way for Full Gear. That's gonna be pretty cool, honestly. I love to see it. We still gotta find out who's gonna be the fourth team. We shall see. And that's basically what happened at Dynamite. Moving on to NXT. We're moving on to Raw. What's
I was
up?
gonna tell you, did you see the part where Darby Allin jumped into the truck?
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Because I saw that on Instagram and I was like, idiot.
yeah, they kept trying to leave, and they were basically kind of like trying to run away from what was happening, Death Riders. And yeah, you see Darby Allin jump into the truck, which was really funny to see because it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty silly. Anything
Claudio
else?
beat the crap out of him.
Oh yeah, Claudio kind of like threw him up against this guard, like pull down guardrail thingy. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, but they gave him the swing on there too. Ah.
Yeah, that was a pretty nasty swing. Like he went for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can actually like not feel pain or not, like he likes to say. What's his name? Darby Allin. But
Well, he survived the bus crash, so being run over by a bus. So I'm pretty
that's
sure.
right. He got hit by a bus last year. This man is unstoppable. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next show, which is Raw. We start things off with Gunther coming out there, and this is basically Gunther not fully confident, right? Would you say is not fully confident going into this new or this rematch with the Damian Priest?
I mean, that's what they're building it as. It was. I don't think he got to really say much. Then Damian came out, and he basically are you gonna say the same thing he said last time. Damian's like, I'm more confident. You lost to Cody, so you're not. Then Ludwig showed up, and the interesting thing there was Gunther was like more mad at Ludwig for interrupting than Ludwig defending him. So there's some friction there. And then we got from that a match later of Damian versus Ludwig, which was,
basically that's basically how it started off. Later on we see Priest versus Kizer. The next thing that happens is Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective, and we actually see the return of Kyrie. I'm sorry, fuck me. I can't remember her in Dakota Kai. Dakota fucking Kai. I actually really like her, and I'm glad that she's back from her injury. And they actually picked up the win, which is awesome. What can you guys tell me about this match?
I mean, for me, it felt like I wish there was more of a build of her returning. She just seemed like she just returned like out of nowhere, like, hey guys, I just happened to be in the building because you know I'm actually cleared to fight. By the way, we're in a 3-man tag match. I'm like, okay,
perfect.
Right, I guess you were injured by this team. I was just more surprised that Pure Fusion Collective has been around for 2 months now.
Well,
That was my biggest takeaway.
I still think
I like Sonya Deville's outfit.
Yeah,
when
she
came
good.
out of it. Yeah.
I honestly feel like again, there's a U.S. title now. There's no Intercontinental Women's Championship, which sucks. I thought they were gonna announce it.
Not yet. We don't know yet.
That'd right. It could be. You don't know.
Waiting for Netflix.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that. Okay.
I heard a rumor about that Netflix championship.
A Netflix championship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
We can just cover. And I was like, "There's something like we should cover now." Like, nah, it's part of another storyline, so we should wait. So okay. I won't bring it up.
But I did like the backstage segment with them where Io was like, "You guys win the tag team, I win the championship."
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'm also like, when's Asuka coming back? When is she coming?
Right, she's on injury leave too.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. So yeah, next matchup. Let's see. You guys want to say anything else about this match?
No, it was nice seeing Dakota Kai back. Damage Control got the win.
Hell yeah. Next matchup.
Shayna Baszler looked miserable being in this stable.
Man, they got to give her the titles, man. They should be tag team champions. I'm just saying. Kofi Kingston versus Pete Dunne, where we continue to see the oh man, I it sucks because for a while there I wasn't really feeling a New Day, but now that they're breaking up, it's kind of hurting, and I like that Xavier Woods is becoming heel. It feels right, and Kofi Kingston is the face. I kind of would like to see him as a heel. I don't think I remember seeing him as a heel.
I've been hearing the rumor about that. Instead of breaking them up, probably Xavier's trying to turn him heel.
Oh shit!
Maybe
interesting.
We saw that go with Candice and who just got let go.
Oh yeah.
Indy
Hartwell.
Indy Hartwell. Yeah, like so we don't know how that went. For me, what was interesting was the segment that got us to this match, where Kofi was like trying to talk to R-Truth. He's like, yeah, I don't know why Xavier was being a little scared, and Xavier's just in the background listening. Like, what are you guys talking about? So I'm like, well, there's splits coming. And then Pete just comes out of nowhere, like on cue. He's like, I am angry at R-Truth. Kofi gets in, like, you got a problem with, like, I forget the logistics of like how Kofi and Pete are fighting, but they get a match. Xavier walks away. I thought he was going to show up on ringside, but he did. And then Truth was just like, oh yeah, don't call him Butch or something like that, which I love. R-Truth is still the best.
He's a gem
on Raw.
Yeah, I'm glad they're keeping him around, and like especially with these surprise cuts, I'm glad that they didn't cut that man. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, he's too popular to be cut.
Yeah.
He's the best on this roster.
Yeah.
I did like how the crowd shouted Butch at the beginning of the match, and Butch was like, Pete was actually pissed off, which I'm like, all right, we're using this correctly at least, because it seems for a while we're like, what are we doing with Pete? And I was just like, well, he's just gonna get a few because R-Truth keeps calling him Butch. I'm like, it's perfect, and I love it.
Yeah, I like that they kind of poke fun at the wrestlers from time to time. Kind of reminds me when it was Kurt Angle walking down, and it was like the "you suck," but and then it slowly became like a beloved thing. Let's move on to a next thing. I see more of the Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins versus Security. Apparently they got in another brawl. Tell me about this brawl.
It's it was nice. Bronson was like sort of paying his flowers to Seth. He's like, he's a good wrestler, and then turns out I was like, well, I'm gonna still crush him, something like that. I forget the exact wordings. I think I was zoned out for a little bit here, but then Seth came out like, I knew the motions, all right, like we know what's gonna happen. Seth comes right away. They start fighting. Security's like getting angry. Bronson's gonna be like, I'm gonna jump on you on the announcement table, the motions. We're gonna get another match. Is it next week? Because I know they recorded Raw already.
Yeah.
For next week, when like something was spoiled for me, I won't say it because
it got spoiled for me too. I was like, I pissed off. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like I apparently there's like a lot of spoilers out there. But I only caught one. I've been very good at just like getting rid of shit on social media if it's like spoily. Like Dakota Kai's return was sort of spoiled for me, because of like Instagram or something like that. But I forgot the original train of thought for this sentence that got me here.
Happens to us.
Oh, Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. Okay. We're gonna get like a match, I think, between them next week. The big thing here was what happened after this segment with Seth being like, I want a match. Sammy choosing the worst timing to show up, like, hey.
There's a lot of segments.
There was the first segment of Sammy, Jimmy, and Jay just backstage talking like, don't worry, I can find a fifth member, which I guess we're confirmed that it's going to be a 5v5. And I guess we don't know who it is. My theory right now is I think Solo's going to get like part of me wants to say KO because if they get Sammy, he's gonna want to be on the other side. But I'm like, I honestly think we're gonna see KO versus Cody at Survivor Series, and maybe because it doesn't make sense for KO to team up with Solo.
Oh, it'll make sense if Cody joins the Bloodline. The original one.
I don't think it's. No, I think it's gonna be most likely like Seth, or I was really looking forward to seeing new Bloodline members come in and be surprise members.
It still can.
Yeah,
true.
There's still time. Like we're nowhere near Survivor Series yet.
We got 2.5.
We gotta drag this out for like 3 more weeks. So
we'll see. That's true. They might be doing a rug pull.
Yeah. I was gonna say
I don't see Sammy's logic for trying to go to Seth. Like, hey, do you want to join Roman's team? Like, Sammy, you're the smart one. What are you doing? Like, you're unless maybe he really is Solo's mole in this bloodline right now. And he's like, yeah, let's just choose the worst people. But honestly, I think Jimmy did that later. If we just want to talk about that now, because I was going to bring this up, they actually mentioned speed matches on Raw and showed footage of it.
How about that?
Yeah, because apparently Braun Breaker, that's the IC title, right?
Yeah.
Champion, right? Okay, yeah. Braun Breaker and Sheamus fought, but like they ran out of time and they were both out, and now it's like, ooh, we're gonna get an IC match between Sheamus and Braun Breaker, which is like, will Sheamus finally get that belt?
Story.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen here. I think they're gonna give it to him on a pay-per-view at the very least.
Okay.
But Jimmy shows up, is like, hey, Braun, do you want to do the bloodline? Like, why? Like, what is the angle? Like, I'm sure there's something, but like,
just
Braun for the past thing for Jay was like, fuck you, fuck your family. And like, Jimmy's like, you'd be good for our team.
You know what?
There's a lot of toxicity
go.
here. I like that, apparently. Wait, that's it. That's the reason. He just loves the abuse.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Josh?
I was just gonna say that I like the reasoning behind these double tapings, because Triple H is giving the wrestlers time off for the holidays.
That's
for
good.
Thanksgiving and for Christmas time, which is good.
That's definitely good. That's definitely a different boss right there so far.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's the risk of all these huge spoilers coming up, which is
people are shit at the end of the day.
You bastards.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to Damian Priest versus Ludwig Kizer. I didn't necessarily see this one. What can you guys tell me about this match? It's pretty much a squash match.
It was, but it makes sense. You got to build Damian Priest up to be the challenger, especially if we're having Gunther lose his edge. Like, give him more reason to be scared because they just went through Kizer. I don't know if we want to bring up the Judgment Day segments too around now. I don't think they didn't interfere at all, but there's definitely some friction with the Judgment Day happening.
Yeah, me too. Basically, Finn Balor and Damian.
Dirty Dom.
Wow, yeah, Dominic. I keep saying Dominic Cruz and I can't call him fucking Damian. Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor basically got in a little back and forth, and Dominic told Finn, "I've beaten Damian more than you," and they had to get separated and everything. So that's okay. That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I'm fine. Like I said, I'm okay with Judgment Day losing the tag team titles. I think I'm okay with them breaking up. Like, well, maybe there's a little fraction still left of them, but I did also like the moment in the very beginning of Carlito trying to like pat Rochelle Rodriguez on the shoulder. She just brushed him off like, no, just no. So it's like, poor Carlito, but not really poor Carlito. It's like,
so there's been like a fantasy stable that's been floating around, at least that I saw on Reddit, and it's basically Dominic Mysterio in his own group, and they called it thank you very much, FG. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube right there. It was Latino Heat, and he had the two guys that are with the LWO. That could be a future thing for him. I'd love to see it. Maybe because I have a feeling Dominic is going to be like a big star. Like as much as people hate him right now, I feel
he's
like
already
that
a
can,
big
like,
star.
yeah, dude, I feel like that's gonna turn for him, and he's gonna get the title. That'd be cool to see, honestly.
I also heard a rumor match between him and Logan Paul.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I guess Dominic Mysterio was talking shit about Logan Paul. They're taking so much time off and this and that.
I like that, and he was on the show.
Well, did you see him when he was on Logan Paul's podcast?
Yeah.
Just bringing up Japan. It's like,
Oh, that was brilliant. I didn't see that. That's awesome.
But they also talked about forming a tag team one day, like winning tag team championships. So
interesting.
I could see it.
Very interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting. I see that after the match there was that Seth Rollins running into Adam Pearce, so you can go one-on-one with Reed, like you guys said. After that, he got approached by Sammy, and he was like, I'm not tagging with you guys. I'm not going to be in fucking war games with you. So after that, I see Kross threatens The Miz.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah.
He goes up to The Miz. Miz is like, I'm a changed man, and all this other stuff. That's how I was able to get out of the White Six's grasp and all that. And they basically take him out to the ring and start to like beat him up. I don't know where and how, but he ended up getting like cut under his like eyebrow.
He had a bleeding
like a
thing coming
legitimate.
down his eye. Yeah.
I mean, it could be a work type of
It
thing.
could be a
Just
work.
like,
That's true. They got me.
like carrying Kross while they're combing. They're just going like do a little blade. Just.
But yeah, it turned out to be all a ruse. As the White Six come out, you see Miz come back into the ring and hit.
Was it a ruse?
Was it a ruse?
Was anyone really falling for this? Like, oh no, Miz is scared. I'm like, Miz is gonna betray him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
that's
the
how they
Wyatts
kinda
were
played
like,
it.
oh, you're doing the exact thing we thought you were gonna do. Like,
Well, yeah, that's what kind of happens afterwards. After they got the White Six gets beat up, and the Testament walk out with the Miz. You see Uncle Howdy laughing his ass off, basically saying, "Well, what Warren said, this is exactly what I wanted you to do." And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Man, that's I'd love to see like a crazy like hardcore match. Like, oh, that'd be cool.
And what's crazy about it too, that it's the same date as the Shield versus Bray Wyatt.
Oh
A
shit!
few years ago, like they had the same face off on the same date.
Oh, that's sick. I like the. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I say we should just do another War Games match, interracial, so we can get Nikki Cross and what's her name?
Oh, yeah. Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah,
Scarlett. Yeah, I'm seeing S, but I'm like, it's not every S name that keeps popping in. Like, it's not her.
So I don't know.
Yeah, Scarlett. Yeah, get them in as well. So we'll just have another good old 5v5. Three War Game matches.
Scarlett is fucking legit. I don't know if she doesn't wrestle because she fucked up her body while she was not in the WWE, but the matches that she's done in AAA, the matches that she did in Lucha Underground.
Didn't she do a dark match with Rhea?
I
Like
don't know.
semi recently.
I think so. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think it was like a
Because
squash.
Karrion Kross like posted a picture where she's like, I didn't know I could bend that way, and Karrion Kross was like, I did.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, she's legit, and I hope they start putting her all in matches more. Hopefully, whatever it is whatever is holding her back from doing matches, they actually put her in matches. But yeah, let's move on to the women's tag team championship. We saw Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the women's world champion Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, former tag team champions as well. They ended up getting the champions ended up retaining the titles, and while that was all going down, you saw who attacked who first? Oh, Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton.
Nia and Tiffany showed up first. Yeah.
Right. And then
that was the first domino.
Yeah. And then you saw Io Sky rushing in to save.
Nope.
No. What happened?
We saw Naomi next.
Naomi. Okay.
Because it was weird. It's like, Naomi, what are you doing here? It's not SmackDown.
Go ahead and tell me, because this is it doesn't seem like it's right over here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the match was happening. Then first Nia and Tiffy and tried to interfere to cause the Bianca and Jade to lose, but it didn't end up working out. And while that was going on, Naomi showed up to help them, so they'd stop with distractions. And then I forget how the match ended, because it was like, at this point I'm like, why is there so much shit going on? But I know the tag team champions kept their titles. No one saw that.
Yeah.
No one was worried about them losing the title. And then Io Sky also came out, because I guess technically she is number one contender for Liv.
That's right.
So I guess that's why, but it felt weird at the time. Like, why is Io here? Like, I know she's getting a face run. But at the end, I was like, but then I finally, when you see the final shot, it's clicks like why this is happening. Oh, they're setting up the women's war games.
Hell yeah!
Like, this is the women's war games right now. It's going to be, which is going to be interesting, because we'll see Liv and Nia on a team, and they're probably not going to get along.
Dude.
Yeah, and I guess as of right now, it's looking like a 4v4. But I'm feeling it's going to be 5v5, especially if I know what happens next week. We're adding more people, but I did like how Bianca and Io were just like, I think we technically hate each other, but whatever, fist bump. Like,
it's funny, I saw a meme about that. Like, how could Bianca be cool with Io but not be cool with Bailey?
Yeah. It's like, right, I guess we just got to be war game too.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, here you go. Also, I just want to see Sammy just like take that footage and just show Seth, like, see, was that so hard?
It's possible.
Just forget.
Was this the main event, the tag team championship?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
It
didn't get that much time, honestly, because I remember after the first commercial break, I'm like coming back, I'm like, oh, there's only 4 minutes left. I feel like the match just started.
Yeah.
And then we saw people coming to the ring. I'm like, all right, I'm getting it now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next.
Hold on. Before we move, I think,
what's up?
Wasn't there one more segment with Seth and didn't we say Solo?
Oh, yes,
yeah.
there was. Yeah.
That was pretty good. I saw that on
ahead,
Instagram,
Josh.
but so basically Solo was trying to recruit Seth. He's like, I hate Roman, you hate Roman. Let's be together on the War Games. And then next to him is Jacob, doing his little I love you Solo thing, like staring at Seth. And Seth's like, I might not like Roman, but why would I join a wannabe Roman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of set up seeds right there for Seth and Jacob, because Jacob got in Seth's face and Solo just pushed him aside like, no, it's cool.
Dude. Okay. I like that. That's, man, there's some matches.
Solo's gonna get CM Punk if Sammy gets Seth Rollins.
So
I heard a rumor that
yeah, go ahead. I think we were thinking about the same thing.
That Paul Heyman might bring CM Punk to join Roman Reigns, because he was a Paul Heyman guy. So
yeah,
that's not the rumor I was hearing.
Mm.
Well, this is a farther thing that they're gonna do, but most likely CM Punk is gonna be the one to take the title away from Gunther, and then CM Punk will then defend the title at WrestleMania against Seth. That's the current plan, supposedly. That put seats.
Well, yeah, because I was hearing that it's gonna be, I think Seth, versus Gunther now, I guess, at Saturday Night main event.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah,
that should be cool.
That's what I'm hearing, but I don't know. Things always change, so.
We don't think Damian's gonna win?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, it's still gonna be a good match, but it's not. Yeah, I don't think it'll happen. That'd be interesting. It'd be a real. That's a rug pull.
Yeah. I hope it's a banger like SummerSlam. That was a good match.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Totally agree. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one, and it is NXT. Josh, did you get to see NXT at all?
No, but I saw there was mostly a lot of women matches.
Yeah, dude.
They were spotlighting the women this week.
Yeah, I see Gulia and Stephanie Valkyrie defeated Lash Legend and Shakara Jackson. Sol Ruka with their fucking awesome finisher, the Soul Snatch. That shit's dope. I think it was you that sent me that. Yeah, it was dope. Defeating Cora Jade, which is interesting because she just came back from an injury, and she picked up. I thought she was going to be added to this women's Survivor match, Iron Survivor match.
Soul's in it.
But yeah, we got Sol Ruka joining in the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. I've never seen that before. Have you seen that?
I've seen it once. It's like almost like a elimination chamber,
Yeah.
but you start with one person each, and then each few seconds someone else comes in.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, because I only seen it once, but it was like a long time ago.
Sick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's qualifier. These are qualifier matches.
Yeah,
so
these are qualifier matches. Yeah.
the next thing I see is Wesley defeating Cedric Alexander to qualify for the men's Iron Survivor match. We see Andre Chase and Reg Holland lay down a high stakes number one contenders challenge to the NXT for the NXT champion. Trick Williams. Next thing we see is Nikita Lyons defeating Adriana Rizzo. I'm not sure if that one's for the women's thing. I think that just might be a regular match.
The regular match, but at the end, the woman that lost smacked Nikita with a crowbar in the back.
Oh, goddamn. Okay, I think goddamn. Javon Evans defeating Lexis King to qualify for the men's Iron Survivor Challenge. And then the last matchup here was a women's North American Championship match. Fallon Henley defeating Kaylani Jordan, the former champion, to retain her title.
It was outside interference. That's how she lost.
That's bullshit. It was Jane.
Yeah.
JC Jane.
And to go back with the whole Chase thing, I think they said that if Ridge Hollins beats Chase U is no more.
Ooh, that's a high stakes thing.
Yeah.
I think I don't know anything about them, but I do know that that's a group that a lot of people like in NXT. So that'd be interesting.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you. Oh, go ahead, Warren. I'll say after.
Is Rich Holland like the evil dean principal from every 80s college movie right now?
No, because apparently Chase had told him, if you beat me, you could take over Chase U, and Rich Holland's like, no, I don't want that.
No, I want you to fucking disbar, bitch.
And then I think, if I remember correctly, Ava put the whole NXT men's tag team on notice.
That's
right. So they all
came
out and started brawling.
Right. Because she was like, no one gets a title shot. Everyone's on notice. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Okay, Ava. She out here. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the main event of the podcast. And we're spotlighting the awesome, entertaining career of Mick Foley. From hardcore matches to awesome, funny-ass skits that I till today remember. Mick Foley is the man. Not only is he an awesome human being outside of wrestling, but he has made awesome memories for everyone in the Attitude Era that grew up watching him. I'll go ahead and get started. And the first thing I definitely want to put out there is his whole entire run in TNA/Impact. He came in, I want to say after the whole wave of people that came in first, which was Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash. I keep forgetting Big Papa Pump was another guy that came in from WWE, and they were there for about like 2 years before he came in. And this was during the Hulk Hogan era too. This was he was in there as well. And it was awesome to see him in this different light, because the way that they started him off as he was in a talk, what is he? I guess it would be like a general manager of TNA, of Impact. And he slowly was at first a face. He got somehow got the title, which then turned him into a heel, where he had like ultimate power and he was just going crazy with his power. He then somehow got lost the title, got involved with Abyss, had Monster Balls. I'm not sure if you guys heard of the Monsters Ball.
I've heard of the match, yeah.
That match.
Yeah. Oh man. So he
never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's basically a hardcore match. And the whole premise is that they lock these two people separated for 24 hours without food, water, or any human contact, so they can be feral people. Sleep. no sleep. Now they're just feral people now, so they're gonna go up against each other now, and it's gonna be a whole no holds bar hardcore match. And Mick Foley did awesome matches in TNA. He went up against Kurt Angle, went up against fucking Samoa Joe. Like I said, he went up against Abyss, which was some of the best fucking hardcore matches they had in TNA, in my opinion. But yeah, after all of that and said and done, I feel like he deserves, if they ever have like a TNA Hall of Fame, which they do, he deserves a spot.
They do. They just introduced someone this year. They
wanted to put in AJ Styles, the rumor was, but the WWEX stopped that from happening.
I heard it wasn't.
That's not true at all.
Really? What was it?
AJ Styles. AJ Styles didn't want to go.
Wow.
Yeah. He doesn't want to get introduced while he's still wrestling.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense. Like, no, I'm still going. Don't introduce me yet. Like,
all right, my bad. All right. I didn't know that. Very well. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this coin. Josh, your heads. All right, Warren, you go first. What is your entry for this round?
Well, I'm going to start with his most iconic entry, just get it out of the way. And that's getting thrown off a Hell in a Cell in King of the Ring, 96, 7, or 8. I know it's one of those 3 years.
I'll get you the year right now. Yeah.
It's what made him the hardcore legend, I think.
Absolutely.
I think it pushed wrestling on the map. Like, that's when you think of the most iconic wrestling moment, I think it's Undertaker throwing Mankind off a cage, which sucks. Like, that's not really wrestling at all. But like the number one thing you want to do in any video game is play a Hell in a Cell match and throw someone off a cage, preferably into the announcement tables, or through the cage, which he also did as
that's right,
that same very match.
Mm-hmm.
And
man. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just remembering like exactly what you said, because I was like, that's right. He did that shit the same night. Like, he got back up there and they threw that motherfucker through the cage.
Yeah, people thought he died. Like JR thought he was legit dead.
By God.
And now it's so funny how it's sort of tame nowadays.
Yeah,
It's like, that's it. Like, oh, people do that. Like, they've always been chasing that high, which is also another horrible thing if you really think about it. It's like. They've just been chasing that high ever since, and they're never gonna get it.
I feel like there's been not homages, but just like
trying to recreate
that. Like I can just say Swerve and Hangman in their cage match, like they pushed it. They introduced fucking needles and syringes, so they definitely pushed it. I feel like that's
CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah, them too.
Like, every time there's a Hell in a Cell, you're like, all right, how are we gonna up it, or how are we gonna take it like to the extreme?
Yeah,
it is like weird, because like I guess technically you can just have a regular match. Just happens to be in the Hell in a Cell, which they've done. Like, people just don't like those matches.
True. All right. Anything you guys wanted to add before we move on to Josh's pick?
Before, the one thing that always sticks in my mind besides him falling to that is at the end when he's smiling and he has his tooth stuck up his nose.
Oh my God, that's right. That's iconic. Fucking hell yeah, dude. Mick Foley. All right, Josh, what do you got for us?
So my first one is gonna be his rivalry against Randy Orton, because it started back, I think, at one of the Raw's Legends, and it lasted over a whole year. Because Randy was known as a legend killer. He threw Mick Foley down the stairs. He spit in Mick Foley's face. Mick Foley cost Randy Orton the Royal Rumble. And they made their match at the end at Backlash, and it was a hardcore match. And that's the first time I ever see Randy Orton go through hell.
Dude,
like, he was shaking. He was thumbtacked. He was shaking through the whole match and everything. Yep. And I was like, wow, Mick Foley still has it after all this time, because they went to war.
Dude.
Isn't he the reason he is called Legend Killer? Like, Mick Foley was like the first one, right? Or
no, he started killing off legends left and right, showing up. But the main one he wanted to do was Mick Foley, but Mick Foley never showed up, so they called him the coward.
Right. Fucking A. I remember that shit, dude. Yeah, that was a bloody. Not. I remember fucking Randy Orton's fucking face being bloody. I remember him shaking because of the thumbtacks, like you said. Yeah, that's fucking iconic as fuck. Yeah, great entry. Anything else you guys wanted to add before we move on?
Not from
Nothing.
that.
Cool.
I wasn't like watching wrestling at the time, so I didn't actually get to see it. So it's hard to weigh in. Like, but I know the storyline. I know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Great time to watch it on the network.
That's true.
Peacock.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and see who's next. I guess it would be me. My next entry for this round is gonna be a match that happened in WCW. This match was a Texas death match on it was between Cactus Jack and Vader. Apparently this match was so wild and bloody that they ended up banning each other from wrestling each other, essentially. This was it was Tony Schiavone and Jesse Ventura on the commentary, and they were quoted for saying like, I haven't seen this much blood in a match, or they may have just been playing it up, but they were just like explaining like, oh, this is really bad, that did someone get a doctor out here, it was just, they're playing it up, but it was like that bad. Yeah, dude, I remember seeing matches with Vader and RVD, so this match with fucking Cactus Jack, I still haven't seen it. I've seen stills of it. It looks pretty fucking dope. So if you guys have a chance, definitely go out there and check it out. I still need to see it, like I said, but from the stills, there's bloody.
Yeah, I haven't got to that part in his book yet. I own his book, his first one. But there is an image from that match, and he's just like covered in blood, but he's like holding up something, and like it's insane.
Yeah, dude.
This man is insane.
Definitely.
He like broken every bone in his body.
Yep.
He's broken yeah. He's also has a ripped ear. Fucking has wrestled.
That's how he starts his book.
Really?
That incident of him, like, of him losing his ear, basically.
Fucking A. Wait a minute, did it happen out here in Japan? Because he was doing death matches in Japan.
I think it's here. I think it happened in the United States. I don't know the exact place, but I think it was in the USA.
Nice.
I could be wrong.
He's had matches with Onita, for those who know. Yeah, dude. Wild man. All right, let's go with Warren.
It was more of like a stunt gone wrong. Like he was supposed to just like the ropes were just on the tight wrong. Yeah.
All right, Warren, what do you got for us this round?
Okay, for the next round, it's more of the first time I've really got introduced Mick Foley again. To go with my favorite events, the Royal Rumble, and this man actually went into the Royal Rumble 3 times in one match as each persona as Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack. I believe he started as Cactus Jack, like he was like number 2.
Hell yeah.
Got eliminated, came back as like Dude Love, and then got eliminated again, and then came back as Mankind. He might have flipped around between Dude Love and Mankind. Maybe Dude Love was last, where it was like, oh great, really, this guy, which I think is genius. I feel bad. I probably feel bad for the other wrestlers. Like, wait, we can't get in the Royal Rumble, but Mick gets 3 of these spots. Like,
I remember seeing that.
But
shit.
it works.
I loved it.
Story, yeah. I don't think anyone has ever done it again, trying to enter the Royal Rumble more than once.
Yeah,
with different characters. Like, who was it?
Not different characters, but they came back in like 5 times. They get thrown out each time.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm thinking like as actually like different characters. I'm like,
no, not yet. Besides Mick Foley, no.
No, yeah, you're right. There's only one other person could have done that. It would have been fucking, I kept losing his name, Bray Wyatt. That would have been cool to see him do that.
I mean, there could have been other people. He's just gotta just do a random.
True.
Like, yeah.
I'm trying to see because I have it here. Sorry about that, guys. I was just trying to see where Royal Rumble for entered matches, all 3 edition. Okay, so yeah, 92, 97 against Dude Love, feud against Austin. All right, I'm just reading stuff now. Sorry about that, guys. Go ahead,
cool.
Warren. What else did you want to say?
Oh, no, like it was nice seeing like I guess for the whole reason bringing this up is like you get to see all his three characters and like using them wisely, each of them having a purpose. Like for me, that was like the first time seeing a wrestler do that, because normally it's like it's just been one sort of persona, like slightly variation, but like completely different characters, and like being able to use them, and like he uses them well for each type of match. Like he'll bring back Cactus Jack every once in a while. He's slowly just turned Mankind into Mick Foley. Like,
Yeah.
there's no really like he'll never go back to Mankind. It's like mostly just Mick Foley, but he'll bring out Dude Love too every once in a while, which is nice.
I remember the day because he did something similar to the Kane when they had to like lose. He lost his mat. Like he lost a match, so he had to lose the mask. I'm not sure you guys remember that.
Yeah.
One. I forgot who he lost to though. I think it was Triple H, right? Could be wrong.
I think so. I think he was like at least feuding at the time
With DX.
Triple H was probably involved somehow.
Yeah. But yeah, he had the whole thing with the mask. Yeah, fucking Mick Foley, man. Anything else you guys want to add before we move on? Cool. All right, Josh, what do you got for us this round?
Well, before I get to it, I want to show you guys a picture. I don't know if you guys can see it.
No, it went blurry the second you pushed it forward.
Oh no, let me see.
Nope.
Nope.
Sorta.
Sorry, dude.
Sorta. Well, it's a picture of me and Mick Foley, because I met him at Universal when I worked there.
Send it to me and I'll be able to add it to the scene once it's uploaded to YouTube.
You sort of see it.
Yeah, I
sorry,
see it.
Okay, I'll send it to you. But yeah,
Oh,
he
I
was
do
pretty
have that
cool.
one. I have that one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he was pretty cool. I was like, oh hell yeah, I saw him from far away. I was like, that's not Mick Foley. And my friend's like, yeah, it is. I was like, oh, and I ran to him, like, hey, what's up, Mr. McFoley? I take a picture. He's like, sure. I was like, took a picture of him. But
Hell yeah, dude.
that's my little side story. But my other match that I like of his, it's gonna be when him and The Rock team up to take on an Evolution.
Oh yeah.
Even though it was at WrestleMania 20, and this also was part of the Randy and Mick Foley feud.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was great because you were able to see The Rock kind of hype up Mick Foley, because he's like, oh, we're gonna lose, like, and The Rock's like, no, we're here in front of the millions and millions, even though they lost the match.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, they did lose the match.
But it was crazy because it was good to see The Rock face with Batista, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And Mick Foley putting some work too, but it's memorable to me because it kind of brings that connection they had when they were tag teams also back in the early 90s.
Yeah, the Rock and Sock connection.
Mm-hmm.
So something it was wild to see The Rock come back, but it was a different Rock because he wasn't necessarily the Rock that we see today. It was The Rock literally fresh out of acting, not necessarily taking what he was taking so he can be big. Not saying he was taking something, just saying. But yeah. Crazy. Awesome entry. Let's go ahead and move on to the last round, I want to say, of this spotlight episode. And I want to bring up the time when Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dude Love were tag team champions. This specifically happened when Shawn Michaels had to vacate the tag team title because he ended getting injured. At the time, Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels defeated the Hart Foundation, and let's see here, they left Austin by himself. Mankind offered his to be his partner, Austin's partner. Austin didn't want nothing to do with them, and decided to defend the titles by himself. On the next episode of Raw, Austin came out and brawled with Hart and the Bulldog, and let me see, and all of a sudden here comes fucking Dude Love to make the save, and they ended up tagging with each other, and let's see, the titles were vacated due to Austin's injury at SummerSlam, but they ended up like defending the titles, and they would have kept the titles, but apparently Austin ended up getting injured in SummerSlam. However, that's when the whole Summer of Love had begun, and they introduced. That's how Dude Love was introduced to the WWE essentially. Have you guys heard about this one?
No.
I'm like curious about it because like I didn't know. I'm like I think I remember vaguely knowing about this, but I never know like exactly when that happened.
Yeah,
whenever I see pictures of it,
I vaguely remember this, because I remember when Dude Love came out, because I was like, wait a minute, that's Mankind, but and that he was just a hippie, like happy dude, and I was like, wait a minute, that's fucking Mankind. That's cool though. That's what I remember. That's when Dude Love was introduced, basically. But yeah, let's go ahead and go with Warren. What's your last submission for this spotlight?
I know our last two entries were talking about like tag team moments, but I want like focus on a rivalry, and that is with Mick Foley and The Rock's rivalry throughout the years, like before they became tag teams. Specifically, like two matches that really come in mind is the Super Bowl halftime show empty stadium match.
Wow.
That was, yeah, there was I remember it's like I remember that was the whole gimmick. Like instead of watching the Super Bowl show, tune into like Heat and you can watch this match where it's like an empty arena and it's only The Rock and only Mankind and they're facing each other. And I remember tuning in and watching it. I believe Rock won. I feel like Rock always won, unfortunately, in these rivalry. And the other one, I think, which everyone really knows, is the I Quit match. Yeah, was that a Royal Rumble or no?
I think it was the Royal Rumble Bowl. I think it was 99, I think.
Yeah, I think it was that Royal Rumble. But yeah, it was it's like the number one entry exhibit for why we don't do headshots anymore in WWE. Like it was brutal, and also just the brilliant of storyline of like it's a recording of Mick Foley saying I quit earlier and they're just like playing over it. Because like I remember being devastated as a kid.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah,
that was like, legit fucking crime that we saw go down that day.
Yep.
Yeah. And we were cheering it on.
We were cheering it on, exactly. We were
no,
like,
I was rooting for Mick Foley. I was upset that he lost. I'm like, there's no way Mick Foley said I quit. And then when I heard like the next night on Raw that it was recorded, I'm like, oh, that makes more sense.
No, definitely good entry for this round for sure. One thing that I definitely want to add on to it is it's definitely something that didn't happen with The Rock, but it happened with Edge. They had a great rivalry as well. And one of the iconic moments is Edge spearing Mick Foley into a lit
burning table.
That shit was fucking dope.
WrestleMania 22.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, Josh, what do you have for us for this last round?
Last one, I had to pivot a little bit because I saw the match, but I saw it online. But it'll be Edge and Mick Foley tag teaming to face, I think it was Terry Funk and someone else at ECW One Night Stand. Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer. At one night stand.
Hell yeah.
That was actually a crazy match because, Terry Funk and Mick Foley, when they see each other, they kill each other.
Yeah, dude.
So they were going at it. But it's crazy how Edge got the win by spearing. I don't know who was at the time Tommy Dreamer's manager, but he speared her.
Yeah,
to
dude.
get the match,
and his actual wife in real life.
Yeah.
Fucking wild, dude. She's a legend as well. Hardcore legend.
Yep.
Anything you guys want to add?
I mean, it's a little pivot, like with Tommy. What was the other guy's name?
Terry Funk.
Terry Funk. Terry Funk. Yeah. Terry Funk. Yeah. With Mankind and Terry Funk is like I've also seen like one of my matches I really remember from those two is the dumpster match between the New Age Outlaws, like them facing each other. Was it who got thrown off the stage in the dumpster? Was it Mankind, Terry Funk, or was it the New Age Outlaws? I forget who got put in the dumpster and got thrown off, like at the end of the match.
I want to say it was DX, right? Why I don't know why I remember them in the trash can. I could be wrong.
But I feel like at the same time I remember them like closing and going like suck it and just pushing it off.
Could be.
Yeah. But so like again, just also I also think we should mention how like he is the first hardcore champion in WWE.
Oh shit, that's a good memory. I
Like
didn't
it was
know
given
that
to him
one.
as a joke
Yeah.
storyline wise, but like it turned into like a real legit thing. And like it was always my favorite matches of like the pay-per-views. Like, what's the hardcore title gonna be?
Yep. And it was the
Same.
first 24/7 belt too, because anytime
Yeah.
anywhere.
True.
Yeah, they got too
Damn,
gimmicky
bro.
a little bit at the end. It's like,
Yeah, those are the good times when there was the hardcore matches, fucking CTE all around with headshots, man. It was great.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely want to add that he's done amazing work outside of WWE. Like I said, he's done crazy death matches in Japan. Has done great things outside of wrestling. Definitely has not gone the route of Hulk Hogan and fucking Undertaker, where but yeah, awesome dude all around. Anything you guys want to add about Mick Foley?
I was gonna say he also, I think you remember, he was commissioner once and general manager for SmackDown.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I liked him as commissioner.
Yeah,
Commish.
He was a good commissioner.
Yeah.
And like also you couple things, but there's one thing I really want to wait till the very end to ask. We can't remember his like. He's also been in like entertainment stuff too. Like his Chef Boyardee commercials are so legendary.
Oh man.
Like if you're from the 90s, if not, you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Look it up on YouTube.
But if you're from the 90s, you remember those commercials so well. The overstuffed beef raviolis.
Yeah.
The reason I started eating them was from Mankind. I've seen also the clip from the Big Show show where he and Rikishi start singing "I Want It That Way" with him. And like, I have no idea why this is happening, but I'm like, well, at least Mick got paid.
Hey, get that bread, man. Hell yeah. What about you, Josh? Anything you want to add?
One more thing was all his promos from a boiler when he was Mankind. Yeah, those he'll have like a darkened lights, and he'll be talking like poetry, he's talking about in his Mankind gimmick and everything, which was kind of cool, creepy but cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Those were good fucking promos that he was doing early on. Definitely creepy. What was the last thing you wanted to add?
Who didn't?
What was I gonna say?
Oh, actually, there's the two things. Because like, and who didn't like put a sock on their hand, go Mr. Socko, and just like shove it in their friend's mouth?
Oh, I got a story. Go ahead, guys. I'll let you guys say it first.
Oh no, that's all I said. Mine's a question that I want to ask, but if you tell your story first.
So I was one of those horrible siblings that would do wrestling moves to his siblings. I was the youngest, of course, watching wrestling. And what I would do is hide behind a door with my used sock on, waiting for my sister to come around the corner. And then I would do the mandible claw on her. Fucking Mick Foley. Thank you, sir. We're giving me great memories. What's up, Warren? What's your question?
I guess a good way to end this. I'm assuming we're ending this. It seems like it's going. If Mick Foley can come back for one more match, who would it be against?
Damn, that's a good question. I honestly would love to see him go up against Moxley. I'm not sure if he ever went up against Dean Ambrose in WWE, but the Moxley now, that would be dope. What about you, Josh?
I have two people. One would be Uncle Howdy, one-on-one match, straight up. And the other one would be, it might be a squash match, but I would love to see Mick Foley go against Gunther for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh God.
And have Mick Foley turn it into from a regular match to a street fight, and just grab a barbed wire with the sock and put it in Gunther's mouth.
That'd be dope. Hell yeah, dude. I like that. Yeah. What about you?
I was thinking maybe Uncle Howdy, but I'm like, part of me is like, it'd be cool just to see him and Randy go at it one more time.
Yeah.
Though, I think we mentioned like how Randy's sort of injured right now too as well. But he's like rumored like maybe, but I say no, he's like, nah, I broke like every bone in my body. I don't think I can wrestle ever again.
No, Mick, I think he should be done. I think he's already at an age, and you can see it that he's gotten older already. I don't want him to go down the route of Ric Flair, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
where he had like 3 heart attacks in his last fucking match. Yeah, that's
I wouldn't
legit.
mind seeing him come back. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back as a special referee.
Absolutely,
Mm,
absolutely.
that'd be
Or
good.
even pull off the like a mandible claw or chair shot.
Mhm.
Absolutely, but don't take bumps.
Yeah.
We don't need to see you take
Yeah.
bumps.
Mhm.
But-
Maybe chokeslam.
maybe just hell yeah. Mick Foley, thank you very much for giving us awesome memories in our adolescence and into our adulthood.
Mhm.
Definitely give us a like, give us a comment, let us know what you guys want to see. Warren, where can they find you on the social medias?
The usual places, all under 2stone TU _ STEUND. I'm on the Insta, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok.
Hell yeah. What about you, Josh? Where can they find you on the socials?
Just on Instagram at Seth_Josh_818.
That's right. That's right. You can find us here on the Not So Intellectual podcast on YouTube and Instagram. You can find me on the streams on Kick, NSI Rick, Twitch, NSI Rick, on TikTok as well. I'm going to try to figure out how to put myself on TikTok and stream. But yeah, be sure to let us know what you guys want to see. Again, thank you very much for watching. Be good to yourself and others. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.